Hi guys, I'm sitting a little close to the camera, I know, but I'm fixing to do a makeup tutorial. I had a request from a lovely subscriber. She asked me to do a bridesmaid look, and here's her name real quick. It's London IX, and so there's her little shout out. Thank you so much for this request. And so I just figured I would do my entire face from start to finish. But to keep the video from being incredibly long, during the process I may pause it and then complete a step and then start it back. That way it's just not crazy long. But just my thoughts on a bridesmaid look, keep this in mind real quick. You know, it's the bride's day, so you don't want to bring on too much attention to yourself. She is the spotlight. So what I would do, I mean, everybody's different. I'm going to go for a nice glamorous neutral look. Maybe with an eye-catching lip, maybe not. That depends on you and what you're wearing and your choices. But for me, I'm gonna go with just a nice little warm neutral look because, like I said, it's the bride's day. She's supposed to have the spotlight. So if you want to see what I come up with and how we get there, you guys just keep watching. Okay, so I've already moisturized my face quite a bit earlier to give it time to soak in because this was a new moisturizer. I wasn't sure how it would act. This is day one of a new Ultimate Age Repair Cream, and I took before photos, and it's supposed to see a huge difference in 2 weeks, so I'll make sure I take after photos and do a video. But anyway, that is my moisturizer for today. So next up, I'm going to do an under the foundation concealer and an over one. So we're going to do, because I've got some pretty dark baggage. So just real quick, I'm going to put some of this under the eye. This is the L'Oreal True Match, and this one is a little darker. It says Fair Light, but so that's going to go under the eyes. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. It's my makeup, and I'm the only one that uses it. I just don't like using straight from the tube. I don't know, I'm weird that way. So I just got some on my hand, and I'm going to be using large concealer brush, F65 from Sigma. And then whatever extra I have on the brush, I'll just dab it where I feel I have issues. And I know you're not supposed to rub concealer like I just did, but I want to get it right up in that lash line, so that's why I did that. You're supposed to pat. I know. Anyway. Okay, let me get this off the back of my hand. Alright, my next step is going to be my foundation, so I will dot on a little bit, and then I will blend in most of it while it's paused, and then we'll come back. But real quick, I'll show you the foundation and the brush I'm using. I want to go for a nice warm look, so today I'm using Fit Me in 125, and so I'll be placing that on this little clear plastic. And then the brush I'll be using to apply is going to be the Flat Top Synthetic Kabuki F80 Sigma. Use whatever foundation brush you're happy with. I use this one, and then I use the Real Techniques stippling brush. Those two are my ultimate favorites. I just love them. Alright, so I have some foundation on this clear plastic thing. This thing is just one of those covers that goes over eyeshadows when you buy it. So I'm just gonna actually use my finger and dab it on my face, and then use my brush to blend it in. So we'll do the forehead with this still running, and then I'll pause it while I do the rest of it. That way, like I said, I don't want the video to be incredibly long. So this brush works best when you want a heavy coverage. You know, I find that the stippling brush, for me, you know, on my skin, the stippling brush does a beautiful job, but it puts it on and blends it quite thin. So if you're not wanting heavy coverage, that works better. But if you're wanting nice, thick, heavy coverage, this works, and it blends it in nicely, and it doesn't make it look all cakey. So I'll be right back when I got all my foundation on. While I'm finishing up my foundation, I just wanted a quick reminder, quick tip. This is a bridesmaid look, so if you are wearing your hair up, don't forget to take your brush and do your ears, because you definitely don't want your ears a different color than your face. And most certainly with the hair up or down, don't forget to do your neck. Okay, I'm back now. I waited about an additional extra 5 minutes and let the foundation kind of do its job and work into set into my skin a little bit. So I'm going to take a Kleenex. This is a 2-ply, but I separated it. So this is just 1 ply of the Kleenex, and I'm going to gently dab. I have super, super oily skin, so I take tons of extra precautions to try to prevent that. So I'm going to go over my face with that, and then quickly right after that, I'm going to go over my face with one of these. This is the Shine Eraser from e.l.f. It's just a little, that'll go over my forehead and my nose and my cheek. I have really seriously oily skin. Once I get my makeup on and stuff, fortunately my powder and stuff like that keeps it from coming back for like a long time, but I still take tons of precautions. So, and this keeps the makeup from coming off, but it picks up the extra oils. I just put it against my skin, and I don't rub or nothing. I just gently make sure the tissue is against the skin in the right places. And I'll show you when I get done. There's like nothing on the tissue. Well, if I can keep from dropping it. See, there's nothing there. So we just kind of put that against the skin and get extra oils. Because I know I have them. I mean, I have incredibly oily skin. And again, see, there's nothing on the tissue to make sure. And even if there is, it's nothing you can even see, so it's nothing that's going to make a difference. Then I'm going to take this oil blotter, shiny eraser, whatever you want to call it, and do that in my most major places. So I'm just going to wipe that gently. See how it sticks to my skin? I mean, that's oils. So I'm just going to dab. See the difference? So I'm going to go ahead and pause this while I finish this up real quick. Okay, we've gotten that taken care of. Now it is time for the outside concealer. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. So I just twist that in there and dab that along my eye. Like that. And I just use my fingers and pat that in. I've used this product for what seems to be like forever. I know I've used it well over a year and a half, working on 2 years, I'd say. Okay, we're going to let that set for a second, and then it's going to be time to set our foundation and stuff with powder. So underneath my eyes, I go with a lighter tone than I do the rest of my face. This is just a mattifying powder from Hard Candy. It's number 287. It's very light, and for this I use a powder puff pad, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just dabbing it into the powder, and this is just going to get, and I know it's going to look crazy for a second. Let me get some more of that on there. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. And it's super light, and I know it looks super crazy, but we're going to brush away the extra in a moment. So the light one goes underneath my eyes. I like to brighten my eyes a lot, and I think you guys should know that by now. And then I'm using a loose powder, so I think I better turn the fan off before I open this. Be right back. Okay, got the fan off. This is Ideal Shade Loose Powder, number P101 in Neutral, and it's from Avon. And if I can do it without wearing it, I'll show you what it looks like. Looks like that right there. And I'm using this big old powder brush from Real Techniques. I love Real Technique brushes. This is a very nice powder. I have used it, I mean, it's fairly new to me. I've only used it maybe half a dozen times. So I'm just going to tap off the excess, and there's like a ton of it. See, just from tapping off the brush, look at all that. So, let me dab some of this off on my, I always do my makeup with a towel on my table, because we're making a mess. Alright, now that I got most of that gone, I'm just going to dab in different spots, and then we'll blend. And then while we're blending this, we'll get rid of all that excess. There we go. And this keeps my shine away. This will work for actually several hours. I normally don't ever have to touch up my makeup during the day. In fact, when I leave the house, the only thing I take with me ever for touch-ups is whatever lip color I'm wearing that day. I'm going to take the powder down on the neck a little so we're matching. And our face is ready for everything else. Okie dokie, next up we're going to work on our eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes. Use whatever favorite eye primer you got. My favorite is e.l.f., but I reached for this one first. It was the closest, so I grabbed what I grabbed, this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I still really, honestly prefer my e.l.f. though. It's my favorite. And you can't go wrong paying $1 for a tube of eyeshadow primer. I mean, really? So we're going to get that rubbed in real quick. And I'm going to put a little across the bottom. Because with this look, I'm not going to wear any eyeliner. I'll be using a darker shadow color for my liner instead. So we're going to get that worked into the skin real good. This has a little bit of a tint to it, so it gives my eyes a nice uniform color to start out with. And to do this look, you just need a nice neutral color palette. I am going to be using my Naked palette today, but the perfect dupe for this Naked palette, y'all, I found one. In fact, I used to have one, but I gave 2 away, is the Comfort Zone with Wet n Wild, and it has 8 colors. And you can match almost any look from the Naked palette with that Wet n Wild palette. But if you have a Naked palette, go ahead and grab it. And I haven't really decided which colors I'm going to be using yet. So we'll go ahead and show that, and then I'll pause it so we don't waste a ton of time and make this video incredibly long. I'll be right back when I figure out what colors I'm going with. Alright, I have made a decision. We're going to use Toasted lid color, Hustle for the crease color, and then we're going to use Virgin for our highlight color. So set this down and get started. I picked up a brush. I am using my Sigma E55 eye shading brush. So just get whatever shading brush you like the most so we can pack that color on the lid. And there's not a great big bunch of fallout, but if there is a fallout here, since we've already done our face, I put just a tiny bit of the face powder on my powder brush, and then we'll use a fan brush to sweep it away and then put powder over it. Alright, first things first, we're going with our Toasted right here. So let's just go ahead and grab that up on the brush and get started. Get that all over the lid real good. Okay, now let's do the other side. Okay, whatever order you choose to do this in is completely up to you, so this step is optional. You can do it now or do it later. Now that we've got the lid color finished, my next step, I'm going to go with my highlight color. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Virgin with I'm using a medium angled shading brush. It's E70. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my highlight color and go ahead and get that under my brows and just all over up there going down towards my crease. I do that because, I don't know, I just like my crease color blended into the highlight after. I don't know. I'm just kind of weird that way. So we're not going to go all the way up to the brow, but we're going to go close. And bring it in from the inside and just sweep it out there. And it doesn't have to go all the way to the other shadow, just towards it. Just where our crease color is going to be over it. Like that. Again, not going all the way to the brow. Take it in from the inside, sweep it up, and sweeping it out. And we'll add a little bit more of this color on up into the brow towards the end. Okay, there's the highlight color. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more. Just like that. This isn't a real shimmery, bold highlight. As you can see, it's just how the light hits it. There we go. Alright, our next step is going to be our crease color. So if you want to grab whatever brush you're getting ready to use, go ahead and grab it and let's get ready. Okay guys, now it's time for our crease color. I have already just applied the color here using whatever brush or whatever techniques you prefer. Go ahead and get ready for your crease color. I prefer to put it on with a pencil brush and then blend it in with a blending brush, because then I get the amount of color that I want in exactly the spots that I want it. I don't know, I'm weird that way. Whatever works for you. So I'm using a pencil brush. It's an E30 from Sigma, and my shadow's already on there, to put it where I want it, and then I'll blend it. And again, I am using the Toasted for the lid and the Hustle for the crease. So just adding the Hustle exactly where I want it. I know this is a weird way to put it on, but as I've said before, everybody's different. And considering makeup is for self-expression, there's not really a wrong way to put it on. There's just an easier techniques or better brushes for what you're doing or whatever. But I find this the easiest way for me, because I find that if I just put it on the blending brush, I can't be that precise about where it goes, and I don't like that. Okay, staying with the pencil brush, I'm going to get a little more of the Hustle. And then that's going to go on the lid over in the corner and bringing it in towards the last line. This too will get blended in a second. And then we're going to take the Hustle, same brush, and go on the bottom lash line, like we did the other side. Because I'm not going to be using an eyeliner with this look. I just don't want to. Not stretching my skin, I'm just holding it tightly. Okay, then I'm just going to grab a clean blending brush and just get to blending. I'm using the tapered blending brush, the E40 from Sigma. And I'm just going to be using the windshield wiper motion. And I know this eye looks darker in this lighting, but it really isn't. So I'm going to keep blending, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've got it blended, that is the look we are working with now. I have decided to put just a tiny bit of the little bit of shimmer just above that, just a little bit. So I'm going to go with just a little bit of Sin on the very tip of my blending brush, just a tiny bit, just dabbing a couple of times, and knock off the extra, because I don't want a lot, but I do want a little. So I'm just gonna dab it right there and just swoop it across just a little bit, and that just kind of, see how much that brightened that look up? There we go. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. This is totally optional, of course. I just think it brightened it up so much. See the difference? Okay, there we go. Now that is the majority of the eye look. I am going to, however, take a small angled brush, looks like this, and I'm going to go back into that Sin that I just applied below my brow, and I'm going to put that on the inside corner of my eye to try to, just to brighten it up a little bit and open the eye some. Just brighten that up just a little bit. Okay. And to open the eye up yet a little bit more, let me find it. I'm gonna be using kind of a, I don't want to call it flesh tone. I don't know. It's just a white shimmery eyeliner. That's gonna go on the bottom waterline. This is Halo from Ulta. And I take a Q-tip and go across my waterline and make sure it's dry first. That just makes the eyeliner last that much longer. We're not going to be putting any eyeliner on, that's why I just put some shadow along the lower lash line. See that color there? I love this eyeliner for the waterline to brighten it up. It's such a vibrant color and such a shimmer. I don't know. I just really, really like it. And see the difference between this eye and this eye. It's just a huge impact. And again, it's Halo from Ulta. It's a kohl eyeliner in Halo. Let me show it to you. My camera will focus. There we go. Okay. Let's go over to the other one. And dry it off a little with a Q-tip. It makes a big difference. I've noticed if I don't dry it with a Q-tip, it don't last nowhere near as long. No matter what color it is. There we go. And next up is going to be, all we like is mascara and some blush and some lips. So, my mascara, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Lash Stiletto in black. I'll show you the wand tip. I'm sure you've seen it before. It looks like this. And I'll do my bottom lashes first. That way I don't get mascara dots on my eyeshadow. Get that off the tip of that one. Looks like it's going to poke me in the eye. Trying to stay where you can see me. Okay, now we'll work on the top. And get close to the lash line, then kind of wiggle it as I'm going up to make sure we get the lashes coated really good. Then take the end of the wand and get the little bitty ones. Alright, then we're going to do a little contouring and some blush. I don't like to contour a lot because my cheekbones are pretty predominant anyway, so it doesn't really take a lot for mine. I'm very fortunate with that. I think I get that from my grandmother. I love the high cheekbones. I mean, you can see it right there, and there's not even any makeup there yet. So we're just going to do just a little bit of contouring. Let's see what I got here. I'm gonna, I usually use a contouring brush, but I'm not tonight. This is the, what is this, a buffing brush from Real Techniques. So I'm gonna use that to apply a little bit of contour. I'm also using the contouring blush and bronzer palette from e.l.f., but I'm just using the little bit of the bronzer to contour. So I'm just dab that in there once. And follow along the line here. Can't really miss mine. And then I wipe off the excess on my towel and blend that in some. And then go along here. And then along the forehead. Like I said, we're going for a nice warm, neutral look. Got my hair up and it's just like all over the place. Alright, next up for blush, I've picked an Ulta cheek color. I'm going to be using a Real Techniques brush again. These are my favorite. The only brushes I ever use is Real Techniques and Sigma. All my face brushes, every one of those are Real Techniques, and all my other brushes are Sigma, including my concealer brushes, Sigma. So, this is an Ulta cheek color in Heartbreaker. So that's the one I've chose for my cheeks, so just going to dab that on there. It's a real pretty color. And get the apples of my cheeks and up my temples just a bit. Get the other side. See, really pretty color. I like it a lot. Alrighty, next up, I know that's not what this brush is for, but I'm using it, this is what I use it for anyway. I'm going to be applying a little bit of shimmer powder. This is another Real Technique brush, but this is actually a foundation brush. It's angled and narrow. That's why I like to use it for a shimmer highlight powder, because you can put it right where you want it. This is a shimmer powder from e.l.f. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on this brush. And then I'm just going to put a little on the top of my cheeks. And here, down the bridge of my nose. Right there, and right there. Then I'll wipe off the excess. Put the brush back. And then I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'll use use the tip of my blush brush to kind of blend that out a little. See it right there? So now we got a little highlight on our cheeks and our nose and all that good stuff. Really pretty. Set all that in. I'm going to take what, I don't even think there's any powder on this brush. So what little is on there, we're just going to dab that on our face. And we're done. Lip color, I don't know. At this point you can go with relatively any lip color you want. What did I grab here? I'm just going to swipe some on my bottom lip. If I don't like it, we'll wipe it off and find another one. How's that? I think a nice toned down lip. A pink lip. How about a nice pink lip? Let's see what this one is. We're going to go with Cotton Candy. It's a Revlon lip butter in Cotton Candy. Yeah, that works. But like I said, you can go with any lip color you choose at this point. Whatever works for you, whatever's your favorite, whatever looks better on you. That's totally your call. So this would totally be a look that I would wear if I was a bridesmaid in someone's wedding. As I said, this is the bride's special day. She's the one in the spotlight. She's the one that needs to stand out. So kind of keep it neutral. Keep it elegant, keep it neutral, but still keep it fun. So I'll bring you in a little closer real quick so you can see. And there we go. That is the look that we have come up with. And I hope it really worked for you. Again, there's her name, London IX. And this is my bridesmaid's look. And this is absolutely what I would wear if I was the one in the wedding party. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate your time. I hope I didn't make this incredibly long. I really tried. That's why it stopped so many times. If you have any questions or comments, just drop them in the box. You can always find me, hit me up on Twitter at Peanuts39. I will link my Twitter and Facebook below, as usual. And like it if you like it. Give me a thumbs up for effort anyway. No, kidding. Don't forget to rate, comment, and of course subscribe. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And if you have any requests for any looks, just let me know and I'll do my best. Good night, guys. Bye.